Okay, we're here, we're good, we're blessed. I'll let you guys into my little world. I'm in this weird kind of special phase of my life where I'm not necessarily reinventing myself, but like every single day I kind of wake up and I'm learning something, and I love that. So get ready for therapy. First things first, we need to pick out makeup. Do we see this? Like, this is crazy. Out of all nails to be broken, yeah. I love red blush, and it's kind of been like my go-to lately, or even just me experimenting honestly across the board with different blushes. One of the many things that I've realized since being here, I tried to bring as few lip products as possible. I tried to be like, you know what, I'm a minimalist. Obviously, I'm lying to myself by saying that this is minimalism in any way, but this is only like part of my lip collection. This is all the goods. This is all like my favorite stuff for the most part. There's definitely some faves I left at home. Sometimes I do think about them. I still have difficulty picking out a lip product. I think that something like traveling makes you realize like what is important versus what isn't. You get what I mean? I'm always staining something or like randomly misplacing things, but then also the things that I don't lose, it's like you would think that I would lose it. I don't know. I'm gonna take these clips out and do a get ready with me with this little Hello Kitty headband. I just feel like this is more fun to get ready in, right? We have everything we need to get ready today, including this little nub. I definitely want to do a get ready with me where I put you guys onto my recent favorite music because it's really all over the place. This song by Clairo, Sexy to Someone. I'm gonna like make it bigger. This right here, so good. It makes me happy and giddy, and I feel like a fairy like frolicking, if that makes any sense. This is how I like take in music sometimes. Like I'm like literally like putting myself in like a different like universe that like the artist is creating. That sounds like really a lot, but that's how my mind works, I guess. Does anyone else have a weird thing about like their brushes or like anything they use to apply their makeup touching their bathroom counter? I hate that. I hate it, I hate it, I hate it. Every time I like set my brushes to the side, I always have them sitting on something else. If it touches any sort of countertop, I will refuse to put this on my face. This powder puff, first of all, is the most high quality powder puff ever. I've tried like the Amazon powder puffs and I loved them. This is luxurious. This is nice. I need like 5 of them. I don't, but I'm just saying. Well, I kind of like to start with bronzer. It's gonna sound really intense and a little much, but I think that's just how I operate. I think sometimes when I'm not used to seeing my natural face without anything on it, it adds to like a dysmorphia in my head where I feel like I need makeup or I need something to feel pretty. And I think a lot of times like we are kind of taught that too in a way. At least online. I feel like I try my hardest not to be chronically online, but I also am a very creative person and I love doing stuff like this. So a lot of the times the things that I do and what I'm consumed is online. And so it's kind of a dangerous game in a way. But back to makeup. When I'm doing my everyday makeup now, I try my hardest to make it as seamless and keep it as minimal as possible. So it's always my face. Like it's as close to me as I can possibly get without covering or feeling like I like a different version of myself better than me, like what I see in the mirror. Does that make any sense? Went in with like, honestly this is a highlighter, but it's just a bronzier color. It's basically a very light wash of bronze and I kind of just go in a little messily. And so I just blend this out with this little HIIIII complexion brush. I think HIIIII brushes are some of the most underrated, might be the most underrated brushes. I have all 3 HIIIII brushes and there's something about them. I think they're a brand if you're a very like ingredients girly, and you're very cautious about everything you put on your face, Ilia's got you. Love the Pat McGrath Skin Fetish concealer. I bounced around between two shades, L3 and L5. This is a little lighter. All I'll do, because this is super full coverage and like it's tiny but mighty, I'll literally just go like this. And even this is kind of a lot. Going with blush. Look how easy that blends out. Okay, I feel like this is ready to be blended out. I think it's good. And I'd say my favorite part of makeup is going in with powders just because it's fun for me. Pat McGrath blurring powder and any Hourglass powder formula is delectable. It literally makes your skin look airbrushed and I'm obsessed with it. It's kind of a lot. I usually don't go in like that. Get like really oily just right here. So I'll put a little powder there. This is honestly usually where I end. Like if I'm just wanting to do a little something and run out the door and whatever, this is kind of what I'm left with. But if I want to take it to the next level, two bronzers that I really love. I'm gonna put you onto my favorite bronzer. This one's from Hourglass. This is the shade Diffuse Bronze Light. I love this because it's a cool toned bronzer, so it won't ever make your cheeks or your face or your jaw look orange. That's one of my biggest pet peeves. My skin's on the lighter side, so I feel like cool toned shades like this just work in my favor. This palette from Hourglass, I love. I'll use this shade just to kind of like set sometimes around my face, and then these two shades I'll mix together and use it as bronzer. I'll go with this today because I haven't shown you guys this yet. This is like my favorite Hourglass palette out of all of them. This butterfly palette, because these two shades are like the perfect sunburnt blushes. For the longest time in my life, I never really, not necessarily accepted, but like something I'm working on, I never really loved like my features. Like me being pale with like dark features, I did not like that about myself. Like all my life I always wanted to be more tan. I grew up with a mom that's like has the most gorgeous tan brown skin. I also grew up around like my Chamorro relatives, like my grandparents, all the time, and so I was always like the light one out of my family, and I just felt like weird in a way. Like I feel like a little bit of an anomaly. It does kind of make me sad in a way that I never thought that I was pretty ever. Not that it matters. Like being pretty and like surfacey stuff, like being beautiful, does not matter. I think it's more of like a mindset. I'm also saying this because we're all girls, and like I feel like in this world it can be really, really hard sometimes to like actually accept yourself and how you look naturally, and it can be like a really hard thing. Like your own perception of yourself can be a really, really hard thing. I think it's also something that I kind of will go back and forth on, even in my head internally, like recognizing different areas of my life where I might struggle. I always want to like deflect that and not really like sit and kind of nurture that part of me and allow myself that place to like actually really, really like or like love myself, because I'll always in my head be like, why are you thinking about yourself so much? There's way more important things in life to think about than you, which is true. I think both things are true. So many different things can be right at the same time, but I guess what I'm trying to say, for anyone that does struggle with self-image, it's okay to like yourself. It's okay to sit and look in the mirror and think you're pretty. That's okay. For the longest time, I didn't think that was like an okay thing. I thought that was like a narcissistic thing. Maybe to myself, like for me to myself, but it's not. And I think you should think that you're beautiful for many things. Recently, one of my favorite parts of makeup, me saying that with every single part, honestly, this is like the ultimate your skin but better kind of like glow within. And so I'll go in with the cream at first. Over the powders I know is crazy, but I'm telling you, like, the Hourglass formula is just really good. You can kind of do whatever you want and your makeup will look natural and pretty and literally like fairy dust. I hope that makes sense when I say that, but that's what I think of in my mind when I think of the formula. So I'll kind of just go like this, almost like a base a little bit. This looks super natural, and then when I want to, when I'm feeling crazy, I'll go in with like a powder. I don't like to go in on the bridge because I feel like, even though I know you naturally don't sparkle on the tip of your nose, I just feel like for me, if I go in like this, it looks a little too not natural. That's really it. I don't go in with any mascara on a daily basis. I only wear mascara for like, if I'm going out for real, like at night, yeah, I'll probably wear mascara. But honestly, I think I wear mascara once a week or twice a week. This is the newest addition to my routine. I've never been that much of like a setting spray connoisseur. I know they're super fun. I love like skincare sprays. I didn't bring any of them with me to California. Just let this sit in a little bit. I don't do this every time I do my makeup, but when I'm at this point, then I'll go in with setting spray. And I love it. This is everything to me. I've always wanted to try this. It comes with like a little spoon. I love the little spoon, and it's just, it looks magical. Wow, that was gorgeous. Did you see that? Hold up. I'm gonna give this lip mask a solid, off first impressions, an 8.9. That's super, super high. I'm a little hungry. Okay, I just made it back home. I'm gonna give you guys a haul of everything that I got from the farmer's market because I'm so excited. It was the second week that I was here. I realized how important reusable bags were, so I have two of the same print. A little collaboration with an artist named Keith. Fresh basil, heirloom tomatoes, a dozen eggs, okay, plum cots, and then I got hummus. Now we're gonna get into this Monty's.